Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today I want to talk to you about the December's 1st new moon. It's a beautiful thing when you have a new moon on the 1st of the day of the new month, and when it happens it just means everything is aligned. So before we begin, I want to remind you that everything is aligning for you. Whatever feels uncertain to you right now, it will work out. Whatever is triggering fear in you, it will work out. And whatever you're doubting right now, but deep inside you feel that is the right thing, trust that feeling. Trust that feeling. So many of you may feel at this point that this year taught you more than any previous year. That's how I feel. And let me know if you can resonate with this. This year, so many of your fears have been challenged. So much of your wounds, emotional wounds, maybe related to your family, related to finances, related to your expectations and dreams, or whatever, have been challenged. Only to show you that life has your back. And life has an interesting way of teaching you stuff. It has, in my opinion, the best way to teach us. But sometimes people want to avoid it, the way to look up for certainty. Life is teaching us the way that it throws us into an ocean and then we need to learn to swim so we don't drown ourselves. And that's something we may be noticing this year. We've almost drowned, like so much was happening, but we've learned to swim. And this is the message that I feel right now. You've learned to swim. Like you've been thrown into whatever. You've been exposed to the most maybe possible narcissistic people. But you've learned to handle it. You've learned to stand up for yourself, to set boundaries, to protect yourself energetically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Everything seemed like you will fail. But you survived. Why I'm saying this right now? Firstly, because I feel it. I have goosebumps right now. But secondly, well, this new moon is in Sagittarius. Sun is in Sagittarius. We are in Sagittarius season. This is fiery energy, but very grounded. People in Sagittarius, those are, those who are aligned, they are very healthy people. Sticking to routines that work for them, that are improving their lives. So there's a momentum of very healthy stream for those who are working on yourself, who are healing yourself, your wounds, really consciously working on self-nurturing, spiritual nurturing. And relationship nurturing. This is something that is the most active right now. So something that I've started seeing in my life since the sun went into Sagittarius was that so many people started calling me. I've started meeting them, and I became more active in relationship-wise, different meetings and so on. So suddenly, everything became more active. So notice if it started happening to you as well. But then few days being into this more active mode, I've learned so much more about certain people, like masks are falling off. You may see true faces of some people. You may see true intentions of some people. Some people may come into your life and support you the way you never thought they will. And they truly show up genuine love. And some people will show up like something you've you would never expect that they were actually doing for many years behind your back. The truth is coming out. So one thing that is deeply associated with Sagittarius energy is the truth. Not some abstract truth like speak your truth or something like that. But really, nothing can be hidden anymore. Nothing can stay behind the wall or behind the curtain or beneath it. Nothing. So one lesson is stop hiding stuff. The second lesson is don't be surprised if you will see a completely different side of people in your life. But another thing when it comes to the truth is don't be surprised if what you thought that is a failure will turn out to be the greatest possible breakthrough in December. In December, most probably you will not, experience the biggest possible manifestations you've been visualizing, but you will experience many signs that will affirm to you that it's all happening. One thing about your, if we call it dream life right now, is that it's way beyond your imagination. The life that life is preparing you for is way beyond your imagination. That's why you may have a sense of confusion in your heart when you think about the future. Sometimes I speak about crystal clarity for the future, but many of you may feel that you don't have it. Not because your mind is not clear, but because you just can't see what's coming. You can't see because it's so fractal. The energy of the future right now is not certain as it was maybe 2 years ago when you've been thinking about 2 years in the future. Right now, we're doing, quantum jump. It's a quantum jump, which means you're stepping into a field of infinity, the present moment. When we've been talking, for many years, I've been making here and there these videos about 3D to 5D split that's happening. Right now we are deep in this shift into fifth dimensional consciousness, where people are becoming present, they're becoming content with themselves. And those who haven't done anything on that, they just feel more shattered. Because the point of noticing pieces in our lives is to put them together so we can form a bigger picture. It's a stage of awakening when you see a bigger picture, but you need to put pieces together. And the way you put pieces together is that as you move through life, one moment of clarity, realization, and wisdom leads you into another. And in between, there are moments of confusion and conflict and breakdowns and failures and all of that. But you keep walking, keep learning, keep growing, keep gaining these new experiences so you can form a bigger picture. Now we are at the point where the bigger picture was formed. Things are making sense to you. What doesn't make sense to you may be actually your future. It may be actually this sense of unclarity around where you're going, but at the same time you have a deep intuitive knowing that where you're going is something very exciting and great. And let me know in the comment section who resonates with this, because this is a theme right now. This new moon is only putting wood onto fire of knowing. Like at the beginning I've mentioned, you've learned to swim. And this is something no one can take from you. People can say whatever to you, but they can't tell you you're not a survival. They can't tell you anymore you're not a warrior. They can't tell you anymore you're not the brave one. You're not the pure one. You're not the light warrior. Because you are. You've shown that you are. You've worked for that. You've healed for that. You've grown for that. You've evolved into that. So it's not that you need to talk about it. It's shown, like it is visible and it's felt. Your energy is different. Your aura is different and you know it. And that's the beautiful part of this. So the way you know it is that fear has no power over you anymore. You may notice you still have doubts, you still have fear, but you're just at peace with yourself. When it comes to whatever kind of fearful thoughts about the future, you're just at peace with yourself. Even though things are not so crystal clear, well, they're not, because what life is preparing us at this point is to embrace uncertainty. That it's really uncertainty that introduces you into the unknown. Nothing in life is certain. So certainty was one big illusion of the Matrix to keep you stuck in the control of fear. When you step out of the Matrix, you recognize nothing is certain. But God's love, or universe's love, whatever you prefer, is what keeps you sane. So when you find this love within you, this connection, trust within you, nothing can break you anymore. So you recognize no fear can distract you. And suddenly you are undestructible. Suddenly you've empowered yourself to such a degree that you just love yourself, and you love your journey, and you love those who are walking with you, and you have love for those who are not. But having love for those who are not walking with you doesn't mean they need to stick to you. There's a difference between love and respect, but they must be kind of like hand in hand, right? Those who don't respect you, you can still love them, but you don't need to hang with them. You don't need to take them with you, right? You can let them go. You can still love them, but you can let them go. And this is a wisdom that in the past was unclear to you. Like, you've been nice to people, you've been kind to people, you loved people, and then they misused you because you didn't respect yourself. Now you've learned to respect you first, so you know how respect feels, so you know when someone doesn't respect you. You know how respect feels now, right? And put your hands on your heart right now for a moment and just be grateful for you, for taking you through all these battles that you've been, for taking yourself through everything you've been, ups, downs, darkness, everything, and be proud of you. Just for a moment, be proud of you and feel you. Feel yourself. You are the one that walked that path until now. And it continues. It's not over yet. It will be still intense. December will be still intense, but it will be different. We are now in heart center energies. So until now, you've maybe felt that it was a lot about authenticity. You've been learning to speak up for yourself, to find out who you are, to find out how to express yourself. And you've learned that. Now is really the time to respect yourself, to love yourself even more, and to recognize even more evolved version of you that already lives in your heart. And one interesting thing that is happening or will start happening from now on is that you will meet more people who respect them, and therefore you will find this common energy that is very healing and empowering. Those of you who've been dealing with financial challenges until now, in December you will start to see many proofs that things are working out. Some of you will receive these first glimpses and manifestations that your long-term dreams are actually working and the universe has your back. They will not be the biggest manifestations yet, but the universe will give you glimpses to keep up, because something so big is coming to you in the future. It's unclear because you can't imagine it right now. You can't see it. Some people see it, and usually they describe it the way like being lost of words, like it's hard to explain what's coming. But not everyone will experience it, right? Even not many people say yes to their calling. Many are chosen, but few answer their calling, right? So not everyone will experience this. Those of you who know, you know. It's not about being afraid of anything. It's just about being honest with yourself and asking yourself, are you doing what is right? Are you following love? Are you following honesty? Are you following truth? And are you making sure that what's not in sync with you anymore, you are ditching it, leaving it behind? This is in your power. Are you looking externally for help and support and validation? Or are you actually looking externally for information and maybe proofs of what you feel intuitively, and then you go inwardly and integrate it? Recognize that what you felt was always right. Your intuition never lies to you. It's wiser than intellect. So trust it more. You're noticing that so many events until now actually taught you and showed you that what you felt was the most real. Maybe about people, about certain events, about you. Now you know that you always felt right. So how can't you not love you once you know this, right? And where else this path can take you if you would trust you even more? Just think about it. Know that it's not about certainty. We are way beyond that. We're way beyond needing to know that things are under control. Now it's all about heart's energy. The earth has moved into the heart center's energy. Slowly, we're not fully there yet, but in December we will experience more of it, which means now it's about trust and knowing and surrendering to that knowing and just staying curious while knowing that it's not ego that is driving this vehicle anymore. Now it's God, it's universe, it's force that's driving it, and we are just witnessing it and participating in it. Which means you do your job, the universe will do its job. It's not you having a dream anymore, it's now live dreaming through you. It's not you having goals anymore, it's now you accomplishing what the universe puts into your heart. And yeah, it just feels like a dance. Something I always say to you, it feels like a game. It feels like a playful act. One vision that I received I'm just working on that painting right now, is a white horse coming from the light. So if you go into some ancient prophecies, you will notice in ancient times when a mystic saw a white horse in a vision, it was a sign of the end of times. Not like, the end of the world, but the end of a cycle. And we all know we are in a new age. We are in a new cycle. The earth is going through 2,160-year cycles, zodiac cycles. And the age of Pisces has ended. We are in the age of Aquarius. We are in the new age. We are in the golden age, giving birth to it. That's why the universe is having a dream through you, and you are manifesting it. That's how important you are. So don't forget that your work is important. Not to make you superior, but to fill you, to feel as divine. To enter into the God mode. So this new moon in a sign of Sagittarius is just propelling all these energies. So enjoy them, and heal with them. Forgive, let go, and stay curious for where it is taking you. My friend, I hope you've enjoyed in today's painting. To anyone who would like to support my art, you can find it on AttractPassion.com. You can get prints of my art, you can get some of the original paintings, and with that you will be supporting this mission, which I'm truly grateful for. So go and check it out, AttractPassion.com. Thank you so much, and till next time, one love.